Welcome back to the channel Coins. Today's video might completely change the way you look at old Liberty coins forever because the Liberty coins from the 1960s, especially the year 1967, are surrounded by mystery, rumors, collector excitement and shocking stories that many people still don't know even today. Imagine holding a small old coin in your hand and thinking it is just spare change while collectors around the world are searching for the same coin and paying serious money for the right example. Liberty coins are not just metal, they are history, they are art, and they are silent witnesses of America's past. And the Liberty design is one of the most iconic designs ever created. The face of Liberty represents freedom, hope, strength, and independence, and this design has appeared on several U.S. coins over the years, making Liberty coins some of the most loved and collected coins in the world. Now let's talk about 1967 because this year is very special in U.S. coin history. During the mid-1960s, America was facing a major coin shortage. People were hoarding silver coins, and because of this the U.S. Mint made important changes. 1967 Liberty-related coins were produced during a transition period when silver was being removed from circulating coinage, which makes coins from this era extremely interesting for collectors. The 1967 coins do not carry a mint mark, and many people don't realize why that is, because during this time the U.S. Mint removed mint marks to discourage hoarding. This small detail alone already makes 1967 coins unique and different from many other years. Now when we talk about Liberty coins from 1967, many people confuse regular circulated coins with rare varieties, and this is where the real money story begins. Most 1967 Liberty-style coins in worn condition are common and trade close to their metal value or face value, and this is a big but certain versions with special characteristics can be worth a lot more, and that's what collectors hunt for. Day and night condition is everything. A 1967 Liberty coin that looks average may be worth only a few dollars, but one that is in pristine condition with sharp detail, strong luster, and no damage can be worth hundreds and sometimes thousands depending on the coin type and grading. Now let's clear an important truth, because on the internet you might hear shocking numbers like hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars attached to Liberty coins, and while those numbers create excitement, the real-world coin market works on verified sales, professional grading, and confirmed rarity. Extremely high prices are only possible when a coin is extremely rare, perfectly preserved, and confirmed by major grading services. Rumors alone don't create value, but real collectors, real auctions, and real history do. However, what makes Liberty coins powerful is not just price, it's the story behind them. Liberty coins were designed by some of the greatest artists in American mint history. Each line on Liberty's face, each star, each letter tells a story of craftsmanship from a time when coins were treated like miniature works of art. The year 1967 sits right in the middle of social change, economic pressure, and historic transformation, and owning a coin from this year is like holding a frozen moment in time. Now here's something many people don't know: some 1967 Liberty-related coins exist with errors, and these errors are where serious money comes in. Double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, weak strikes, and die cracks are not mistakes to collectors, they are treasures, because errors are limited, accidental, and impossible to repeat exactly the same way twice. A genuine mint error from 1967 in high grade can dramatically increase a coin's value, and collectors are willing to pay strong money for these pieces because they stand out from millions of normal coins. Another key factor is professional grading. Coins graded by trusted grading companies gain credibility, protection, and market trust. An ungraded coin is just a claim. A graded coin is a proven asset. This is why smart collectors always recommend proper evaluation before selling or buying. Now think about this: how many old coins are sitting in drawers, boxes, piggy banks, and family collections right now? Many people ignore them because they look old and ordinary, but history has shown again and again that today's overlooked coin can be tomorrow's collector star. Liberty coins have proven this over decades. Their popularity never disappears, demand continues from beginners, advanced collectors, and investors alike, and the Liberty design connects emotionally with people across generations. This emotional connection keeps the market alive and strong. Now if you have a 1967 Liberty-style coin, the smartest move is not to rush, not to clean it, and not to believe every viral price you hear online. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Patience, knowledge, and proper inspection are the real keys. Learning the weight, metal content, strike quality, and surface condition can tell you more than any rumor ever will. The market today values authenticity, rarity, and preservation above everything else, and Liberty coins that check these boxes continue to perform well year after year, especially when the overall interest in historical coins rises, and it always does. Now ask yourself this question: how many people threw away valuable coins simply because they didn't know what they had, and how many Future collectors will regret ignoring Liberty coins today. This is why channels like Coins exist: to educate, to excite, and to protect viewers from missing hidden history and hidden value. Liberty coins are more than collectibles, they are symbols of freedom, survival, and craftsmanship, and the year 1967 is a fascinating chapter in that story. So next time you see an old Liberty coin, don't dismiss it, look closer, research deeper, and remember that every legendary collection started with one simple coin found by someone curious enough to care. If you enjoy discovering the real stories behind coins hidden in plain sight, make sure you stay connected with Coins, because the next video might reveal something sitting in your pocket right now. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and most searched Liberty coins in the world, a coin that many people still ignore, a coin that might be sitting quietly in old drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections, the legendary 1974 Liberty coin. This is not just another old coin. This is a symbol of American history, economic change, and in some rare cases, unbelievable value that can shock even professional collectors. The Liberty design is one of the most powerful images ever placed on a coin. Liberty represents freedom, strength, and the promise of opportunity, and when you hold a Liberty coin in your hand, you are holding a piece of that promise. The 1974 Liberty coin was minted during a very important time in American history. The United States was going through economic pressure, inflation was rising, and people were uncertain about the future. Coins from this era were produced in massive numbers, but not all coins were created equal, and that is where the real story begins. The D Mint mark on this coin tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint, a facility known for high-quality strikes and strict minting standards. However, even the best mints can produce mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes turn into treasures. Over the years, collectors have discovered that certain 1974 Liberty coins show unusual features, rare errors, and exceptional conditions that make them incredibly desirable. These are the coins that turn ordinary people into surprised sellers and sometimes even million-dollar stories. Condition is everything in the coin world, and the 1974 Liberty coin is no exception. A heavily circulated example may be worth only face value or a small premium, but when you move into uncirculated condition, proof-like surfaces, or coins with strong details and original luster, the value begins to rise dramatically. Collectors look closely at the hair details of Liberty, the sharpness of the lettering, the clarity of the date, and the overall eye appeal. Every tiny detail matters, and one small difference can mean thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some rare versions of the 1974 Liberty coin have been associated with minting anomalies such as off-center strikes, doubled elements, die cracks, and unusual metal composition. These errors were never meant to leave the mint, but once they did, they became legends. Coins like these are the reason people search through rolls, estate collections, and old jars of change. The idea that something so small could be worth an amount as shocking as $787,976.48 sounds unreal, but in the world of high-end numismatics, it is not impossible. Collectors and investors are constantly watching the market, and Liberty coins have shown strong long-term demand. They are not just coins, they are historical assets. Auction records show that when a rare Liberty coin appears in exceptional condition, bidding wars can erupt. Wealthy collectors compete not just for ownership, but for the prestige of holding a rare piece of American heritage. The 1974 Liberty coin sits quietly within this story, often overlooked, yet increasingly discussed among serious collectors. Another reason this coin captures attention is its accessibility. Unlike ancient coins locked away in museums, the 1974 Liberty coin can still be found by everyday people. That possibility fuels excitement and hope. Every time someone checks their collection, there is a moment of anticipation. Could this be the one? Could this coin change everything? That emotional connection is what makes Liberty coin so powerful. The history behind Liberty imagery goes back more than a century, and every generation reinterprets its meaning. By 1974, Liberty was no longer just an idea, it was a reminder during uncertain times that freedom and resilience endure. Owning a Liberty coin is like owning a silent witness to history, a small metal storyteller that has traveled through decades of hands, pockets, and lives. Today, interest in Liberty coins is growing globally. Social media, online auctions, and collector communities have brought renewed attention to coins that were once forgotten. Prices fluctuate, demand rises, and new discoveries continue to reshape the market. The 1974 Liberty coin is part of this modern revival, standing at the crossroads of history and opportunity. If you have old coins, never underestimate them. Learn, examine, and protect what you find. A simple coin could be more than just metal, it could be a legacy, an investment, or a life-changing surprise. That is why we explore these stories here on the Coins channel, to uncover hidden value, reveal forgotten history, and remind you that sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight. Today's story might completely change the way you look at a simple Liberty coin from 1976. Many people carry old coins in their drawers, wallets, or boxes without realizing that one single piece could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, or even close to an unbelievable amount like $787,976.47 if all the rare conditions align perfectly. This is not just a coin, this is a symbol of American history, mystery, and collector obsession. The 1976 Liberty coin was released during one of the most emotional moments in United States history, the bicentennial celebration, marking 200 years of American independence. Because of this celebration, millions of coins were produced, but here is the twist that most people do not know. Among these millions, a very small number were struck differently, saved differently, or damaged in ways that turned them into legendary collector items. And this is where real money begins. When you look at a 1976 Liberty coin for the first time, it may seem ordinary. Liberty's image stands proudly, representing freedom, strength, and hope. But collectors do not just look at the face. They examine the edges, the mint mark, the metal composition, the shine, the strike quality, and even microscopic errors that the human eye often ignores. One tiny mistake during minting can turn a common coin into a rare treasure. Some 1976 Liberty coins were produced with special mint marks, while others were struck on the wrong metal planchets. There are coins from this year that were accidentally minted on silver blanks instead of copper nickel. There are others with doubled dies where the lettering appears slightly shadowed or doubled, especially in the word Liberty or the date 1976. These small errors are not damage, they are miracles for collectors. Condition is everything in the coin world. A 1976 Liberty coin that has been in circulation, scratched and worn, might be worth only a few dollars. But a coin that was never used, never touched by human hands, preserved in mint state condition, graded by professional services, can explode in value. Some high-grade examples have shocked collectors at auctions, pushing prices higher and higher as demand grows. There is also a powerful emotional factor. The bicentennial year connects collectors to history, patriotism, and nostalgia. People who were born in 1976 or whose families celebrated that year often seek these coins as personal treasures. This emotional demand adds fuel to the market and pushes prices beyond logic. Stories circulate in the coin community about ultra-rare 1976 Liberty coins selling privately for jaw-dropping amounts. While not every sale is public, top collectors are known to pay almost any price for a perfect example, especially one with confirmed errors, rare metal composition, and flawless grading. That is how values like $787,000 enter conversations. These are not everyday prices, these are peak collector dream prices. Another reason the 1976 Liberty coin remains hot in the market is scarcity in perfection. Millions were made, but almost none survived in absolute perfect condition. Time, handling, and storage destroyed most high-grade examples. As years pass, surviving perfect coins become even rarer, pushing long-term value upward. Many people unknowingly spend these coins or sell them cheaply because they never check the details. They do not look for doubling, they do not weigh the coin, they do not examine the edge, and they never send it for grading. That lack of knowledge creates opportunity for smart collectors and patient investors. If you own a 1976 Liberty coin, the first step is never to clean it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. The second step is to carefully check the mint mark and overall condition. The third step is professional grading. Only certified coins achieve the highest prices in the market, the Liberty coin is more than metal. It is a time capsule from America's past, a reminder of independence, and a battlefield where collectors fight with money instead of weapons. Some people collect for love, some for history, and some for profit, but all agree on one thing: rare Liberty coins are not going out of style. As inflation rises and people lose trust in paper money, physical assets like rare coins become even more attractive. Wealthy collectors around the world are moving money into tangible history. That means coins like the 1976 Liberty are not just collectibles, they are alternative investments. So next time you see an old Liberty coin, do not ignore it. Do not underestimate it. That small piece of metal could be a silent fortune waiting to be discovered. One rare strike, one perfect condition, one collector willing to pay any price, and your life could change forever. This is why the world of coins is so powerful, so emotional, and so dangerous for those who underestimate it. Stay curious, stay informed, and always look twice at the change in your hand. Today's video is extremely special because we are talking about a Liberty coin that most people have seen, most people have ignored, and almost everyone has spent without thinking twice. The 1977 Liberty coin is one of those coins that looks common at first glance but carries a story that can make collectors stop breathing for a second. This is not just metal, this is history, mystery, and money all pressed into one small coin. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that has traveled through decades of American life. Gas stations, grocery stores, pockets, wallets, cash registers, and now suddenly it is trending online with prices that make people stare at the screen in disbelief. Some listings and private sales discussions have pushed numbers as high as $787,976.46, and whether those prices are realistic or exaggerated, the attention alone tells us something very important. People are hunting this coin aggressively. The Liberty design represents freedom, strength, and the identity of a nation. By 1977, America was going through economic pressure, inflation concerns, and changes in metal composition for coins. The Denver Mint, marked with the small d, produced millions of coins that year, which is exactly why many people assume they are worthless. But in the world of coin collecting, rarity is not always about low mintage. Sometimes it is about condition, mistakes, die varieties, and survival over time. The 1977 Liberty coin becomes powerful when you look at it closely. Collectors search for sharp strikes, clean fields, full details in Liberty's features, strong lettering, and perfect mint marks. Coins that never entered heavy circulation, coins stored away in rolls, or coins protected by pure luck can reach grades that multiply their value dramatically. A coin that once bought candy can suddenly compete with luxury watches and cars. Then there are the errors. This is where the excitement explodes. Off-center strikes, double details, weak or missing mint marks, unusual textures, and alignment problems turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. These errors were not intentional, which makes them rare by nature. When such a coin is authenticated and preserved in high condition, the market reacts fast and emotionally. Online marketplaces are filled with eye-catching prices, some realistic, some speculative, and some clearly hopeful. But here is the truth collectors understand. Value is driven by demand, condition, and verification. A 1977 Liberty coin in average circulated condition is usually modest in value, but a top-grade example or a confirmed error coin can climb into astonishing territory. That is how numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars even enter the conversation. What makes this coin even more fascinating is how many still exist undiscovered. They sit in jars, drawers, old purses, inherited collections, and forgotten boxes. People unknowingly hold potential history in their homes. This is why collectors say always check your coins, always look twice, and never assume something is worthless just because it looks normal. The Liberty coin design itself connects generations. Parents passed them to children, shopkeepers handled them daily, and now collectors protect them like treasure. Every scratch tells a story. Every untouched surface tells a different one. When a 1977 Liberty coin appears in exceptional condition, it becomes a survivor from another time. Professional grading is the turning point. Once a coin is graded and sealed, the market treats it differently. Serious buyers trust certified coins, and competition increases instantly. Auctions become emotional battlegrounds where collectors fight not just for metal, but for ownership of something rare and symbolic. The reason prices fluctuate so wildly is because collectors are not just buying coins. They are buying status, history, and investment potential. Some buyers see these coins as long-term assets, others see them as passion pieces, and some simply chase the thrill of owning something few others can. The internet has changed everything. A coin that once would have stayed local can now be seen globally. A collector in one country can compete with another halfway across the world. This global attention pushes prices higher and faster than ever before. When a rumor, a rare example, or a high-grade coin surfaces, the entire market reacts instantly. The 1977 Liberty coin sits at the center of this excitement. It represents the idea that treasure does not always come from gold bars or ancient artifacts. Sometimes it comes from everyday life, hiding in plain sight. That is why this coin continues to dominate conversations, listings, and collector wish lists. If you have this coin, do not rush to sell it blindly. Learn about it. Examine it carefully. Protect it. Seek expert opinions. A small detail can mean the difference between a few dollars and a life-changing amount. Knowledge is power in the coin world. This is why coins exists. To open your eyes to what you already own, to teach you how history and money connect, and to remind you that sometimes the biggest surprises come in the smallest forms. The 1977 Liberty coin is not just currency. It is a reminder that value is often hidden, waiting for the right moment to be discovered. So next time you see a simple Liberty coin, stop for a second. Look closer. Because you never know if history, mystery, and serious money are resting quietly in the palm of your hand. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep checking your coins. This is Coins, where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth more than you ever imagined. Today we are talking about one of the most searched, most misunderstood, and most talked about coins in the world of collectors, the top Liberty coin with special focus on the 1980 issue, a coin that many people have already spent without knowing what they were holding. This is not just a normal coin, this is a symbol of American freedom, history, and mystery that continues to shock collectors even today. The Liberty design has always carried power. From the very first time Liberty appeared on American coins, it represented freedom, independence, and national pride. These coins were not made just to be used in daily life, they were designed to tell a story, and that story becomes even more valuable when something unusual appears. The 1980 Liberty coin came from the Denver Mint, and this detail alone makes it more interesting because Denver Mint coins are often involved in rare minting variations, unexpected errors, and limited production surprises. In 1980, the United States was going through economic pressure, inflation was rising, and the minting process was changing fast. During this period, millions of coins were produced at high speed, and when speed increases, mistakes happen. Collectors know that errors are where real money is hidden. Some 1980 Liberty coins show unusual striking strength, off-center details, doubled features, and strange surface textures that separate them from common examples. What makes this coin truly exciting is the collector buzz around extremely high valuations. Reports, auction discussions, and private collector stories have mentioned extraordinary figures, sometimes reaching numbers like $787,976.45 for exceptional specimens. These values are not for normal worn coins, they are linked to coins that are perfectly preserved, professionally graded, and often connected to rare mint errors or experimental strikes. Coins like this do not appear every day, and when they do, collectors compete aggressively. The Liberty coin is powerful because it connects emotion with rarity. When collectors look at the face of Liberty, they don't just see metal, they see history frozen in time. The 1980 issue stands out because it exists at the intersection of mass production and hidden uniqueness. Millions were made, but only a tiny fraction show the features that collectors are hunting for today. Many people ask how a coin from 1980 could ever be worth so much money. The answer is simple but shocking. Condition is everything. A coin that has never been cleaned, never damaged, and never circulated heavily can be worth hundreds or thousands of times more than a normal example. Add a mint error or an unusual die variation, and the value can explode beyond imagination. Collectors carefully inspect Liberty's face, the sharpness of the lettering, the depth of the strike, and the mint mark placement. A small difference that normal people would ignore can mean the difference between a face value coin and a life-changing discovery. Some 1980 Liberty coins show extremely sharp details that suggest early strikes from fresh dies, something collectors pay a premium for. Another reason this coin stays in the spotlight is scarcity in top condition. While many were produced, very few survived in pristine condition. Coins get scratched, cleaned, and damaged over time. Finding a clean, untouched example today is like finding a needle in a haystack. That scarcity fuels demand and drives prices upward. The market for Liberty coins continues to grow because new collectors enter every year. Social media, YouTube, and online auctions have pushed rare coins into the mainstream. Stories of ordinary people finding valuable coins in drawers, jars, and old collections inspire millions to start checking their own coins. The 1980 Liberty coin has become one of those coins people hope to find. History also plays a major role. Liberty coins represent a design era that many collectors feel emotionally connected to. They reflect craftsmanship that modern coins sometimes lack. That emotional value adds another invisible layer of worth, making collectors willing to pay more than just metal value. If you have a 1980 Liberty coin, the first rule is never clean it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Even light cleaning can reduce a coin's worth dramatically. Serious collectors want original surfaces, natural toning, and untouched metal. The second rule is proper authentication. Professional grading can confirm whether your coin is common or something extraordinary. The coin market is full of surprises. Coins once ignored can suddenly become stars when new discoveries are made. A new error classification, a newly recognized die variety, or a record auction sale can push prices higher almost overnight. This is why Liberty coins, especially the 1980D, remain under close watch by experts and collectors worldwide. What makes this story exciting is possibility. Most coins are ordinary, but some are extraordinary, and the only way to know is to look carefully. That is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt. The 1980 Liberty coin reminds us that history, rarity, and condition together can turn small metal into massive value. As interest continues to rise, demand keeps growing, and supply stays limited at the top level, Liberty coins remain one of the most respected and chased pieces in American numismatics. Whether the value is hundreds, thousands, or in legendary cases hundreds of thousands, the fascination never fades. So before you ignore that old coin, before you spend it without thinking, take a closer look. Liberty might be staring back at you with a secret worth more than you ever imagined. This is why we say knowledge is money, history is power, and coins are silent witnesses of time. Stay connected with the Coins channel, because the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your pocket right now, waiting to change your life forever. Today we are diving deep into the world of top Liberty coins, one of the most talked about and mysterious areas of coin collecting, and especially focusing on Liberty-style 1-cent coins connected to the year 1980, a year many people ignore but serious collectors never forget. Most people think a 1-cent coin is only worth 1 cent, something you drop on the road or keep forgotten in a drawer, but the truth is very different. Some Liberty coins, because of rare mint errors, special strikes, unusual metal composition, or limited survival, are believed by collectors to be worth unbelievable amounts of money, and stories circulate in the coin world of prices reaching hundreds of thousands and even close to million-dollar levels in private sales and auctions when the right combination of rarity and condition appears. The Liberty design is not just a picture on a coin, it represents freedom, power, and the early identity of American money. Liberty has appeared on many coins across history, and every era left behind pieces that tell powerful stories. When we talk about 1-cent coins related to Liberty themes, collectors immediately think about design details, mint marks, strike quality, and especially mistakes that were never meant to leave the mint. The year 1980 is interesting because it sits in a transitional period of modern coin production, where machines were fast, demand was high, and quality control sometimes failed. These failures are exactly what collectors dream about. A tiny mistake made decades ago can turn an ordinary coin into a legendary one today. Many collectors search through rolls and old collections looking for 1981-cent coins with strange details. Off-center strikes, double images, weak or missing letters, unusual thickness, wrong metal planchets, and die cracks are just some of the features that can transform a common cent into a rare treasure. Liberty-style elements, when combined with these errors, become even more desirable because they connect modern coins with classic American symbolism. Some claimed examples have been discussed in collector communities with values that shock new viewers, numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars being mentioned, not because every coin is worth that much, but because a few exceptional survivors exist that meet very strict standards. Condition plays a massive role. A coin that looks average may only be worth face value, but the same coin in near-perfect condition with a dramatic error can explode in value. Collectors compete aggressively for coins that look untouched, with sharp details, strong strikes, and original surfaces. When a Liberty-related cent from around 1980 appears with a rare error and professional grading, the market reacts fast. Bidding wars happen. Prices climb. Stories are born. This is why people say never ignore your change, because history sometimes hides in plain sight. The current market for rare coins is stronger than many people realize. As inflation rises and digital money dominates daily life, collectors and investors turn back to physical objects with real history. Coins are small, durable, and finite. No more can be made from past years. Once collectors lock them away, supply shrinks forever. This pushes prices higher, especially for coins connected to liberty themes, because liberty is one of the most emotionally powerful symbols in American coinage. People do not just buy these coins for profit, they buy them because they feel connected to the story. There are claims in the coin world of liberty-related 1-cent coins reaching extraordinary figures, sometimes quoted close to $700,000 or more, usually tied to extremely rare error combinations or unique specimens. These prices are not for normal pocket change coins, but for once-in-a-lifetime finds that check every box collectors look for. Even if you never find such a piece, the possibility alone keeps people searching, learning, and collecting. That is the magic of coin hunting. Every roll opened is a chance. Every old jar is a mystery. For beginners, the journey often starts with curiosity. You look at a coin differently. You notice the date, the design, the feel. Over time, curiosity becomes knowledge, and knowledge becomes passion. Liberty coins teach patience, attention to detail, and respect for history. They remind us that money is more than numbers on a screen. It is art, politics, technology, and human error all pressed into metal. If you have 1981-cent coins at home, do not rush to spend them. Take a closer look. Compare them. Use magnification. Learn the signs collectors talk about. Even if your coin is not worth a fortune, the experience itself is valuable. And if one day you discover something truly rare, your life could change with something that once felt worthless. This is why on the Coins channel we always say knowledge is your first investment. The more you learn, the better your chances become. Liberty coins are not just collectibles, they are silent storytellers, waiting for someone curious enough to listen. Stay alert, stay passionate, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. If you enjoyed this deep dive into top Liberty coins and the hidden potential of 1981-cent pieces, make sure to subscribe, because the next treasure story could be closer than you think. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about and misunderstood American coins of all time, the top Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, specifically the legendary 1982 D-penny, a coin that many people have spent without a second thought, a coin that once lived quietly in jars and drawers, and a coin that today has created shockwaves across the coin collecting world. This is not just a penny, this is a story of metal, mistakes, mystery, and massive money. Imagine holding a simple 1-cent coin in your hand. Copper color, Abraham Lincoln staring calmly into history, the word liberty beside him, and a small letter D under the date 1982. Most people would never look twice. But collectors know that 1982 was not an ordinary year. It was a turning point in American coinage. This was the year the United States Mint changed the composition of the penny forever. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. After 1982, pennies were made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. During this transition, chaos happened inside the mint. Different metals, different dyes, different weights, and unexpected errors were created, and that is where legends are born. The 1982 D penny exists in multiple variations. Some are copper, some are zinc, some are heavy, some are light, and some should not exist at all. The Denver Mint was not supposed to produce certain versions, yet collectors have found coins that challenge official records. And when a coin challenges the system, collectors pay attention. Very close attention. Now here is where the excitement explodes. Across the internet, auctions, private collections, and whispered collector stories, you will hear claims that rare 1982 D pennies have sold for life-changing amounts. Numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars are often mentioned. Some viral stories even talk about values reaching as high as $787,976 for a single perfect and extremely rare error example. These prices are not for ordinary circulated coins. These are for coins that meet very specific conditions: wrong metal compositions, transitional errors, mint mistakes, and near-perfect preservation verified by professional grading services. The truth is powerful. Most 1982 D pennies are worth 1 cent. But a tiny fraction are worth far more. That is what makes this coin dangerous and exciting. You never know what you are holding until you look closer. Weight becomes critical. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. That difference has turned ordinary people into serious collectors overnight. A digital scale has become a treasure hunting tool. One small measurement can separate pocket change from history. Collectors search for sharp details on Lincoln's portrait, clean edges, strong lettering, and especially errors. Off-metal strikes, double details, incorrect planchets, and transitional mistakes are what drive prices into the stratosphere. When a coin like that is authenticated, graded, and preserved in high mint state condition, it stops being a penny and becomes an artifact. The Liberty inscription is more than a word. It represents a period of American history where even the smallest coin carried weight in metal and meaning. The 1982 D penny sits exactly at the moment when that era changed forever. It is the last breath of true copper circulating alongside the first generation of zinc. That overlap is why this coin refuses to stay quiet. Collectors around the world hunt rolls of old pennies, estate collections, and forgotten jars hoping to find that one impossible example. Stories continue to surface of people discovering rare 1982 D cents decades later, untouched, uncleaned, and incredibly valuable. While not every headline price can be verified, the market for rare transitional errors is very real, and serious money is paid for certified examples. The current market value of a normal 1982 D penny remains low, but the ceiling for rare verified specimens remains open. Auction prices fluctuate, demand rises, and collectors compete fiercely when a genuine rarity appears. That is why experts always say never clean a coin, never assume it is common, and never throw away old change without checking. This coin teaches a powerful lesson. Value is not always obvious. History hides in plain sight. Something small can become something massive under the right conditions. The 1982 D Lincoln cent proves that money is not just about face value, it is about rarity, timing, and survival. So the next time you hear the sound of pennies clinking in a jar, remember this story. Remember that a single coin, minted during a moment of transition, confusion, and change, can carry a legacy worth far more than 1 cent. Stay curious, stay observant, and always look twice at what the world tells you is ordinary. Today we are talking about one of the most mysterious and shocking coins ever found in American history, a coin that looks simple, a coin that millions of people ignore every single day, but collectors know this coin can completely change your life if you are lucky enough to own the right one. This is the top Liberty coin with the 1989 S mint mark, a coin that has created massive excitement, fear, curiosity, and unbelievable stories in the coin collecting world. This coin is not just metal, this coin is history, this coin is power, and this coin is money, real money that some collectors say has reached values as high as $700,000 and even more in rare market situations. So before you skip this video, before you say this is just another old coin, watch till the end, because you might already have this coin in your pocket drawer or old piggy bank and not even know it. The Liberty design itself is one of the most respected and loved designs in American coinage. Liberty represents freedom, strength, independence, and the soul of a nation. When Liberty appears on a coin, it instantly increases interest because Liberty coins were made during times when craftsmanship mattered, when details mattered, and when minting errors were not easily corrected. This is exactly why Liberty coins are hunted by serious collectors all over the world, not just in America but also in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Now let us talk about the year 1989. This is where the story becomes very interesting. The S mint mark means the coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, a mint famous for producing proof coins with extremely sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, and very limited quantities compared to regular circulation coins. Not every 1989 coin has value, but certain 1989 S Liberty coins with specific characteristics have shocked the market again and again. Collectors search for deep cameo, contrast, ultra-sharp strikes, double details, off-center strikes, and rare minting anomalies. These small details can turn a normal-looking coin into a six-figure treasure. Many people think coins become valuable only because they are old, but that is not true. Rarity, condition, demand, and story are what create value. The 1989 S Liberty coin sits in a very special place because it was produced during a transitional era when minting technology was changing. Mistakes happened, varieties were created, and some coins escaped quality control. These coins later became legends. Some of them were discovered decades later still in perfect condition, untouched, uncleaned, and original, which is the most important thing for any collector. There are reports from auctions, private sales, and collector networks where exceptional 1989 S Liberty coins reached unbelievable prices. Some claims go as high as $787,976.42 for a single coin with extraordinary features, perfect grade, and extreme rarity. Now understand this clearly, not every coin is worth this amount, but the fact that such prices even exist is what makes people search drawers, rolls, and old collections day and night, hoping to find the next hidden treasure. Condition is everything: a flawless surface, original shine, no scratches, no cleaning marks, strong Liberty details, and a clear S mint mark can make the difference between a face value coin and a life-changing one. Professional grading services play a huge role here. Once a coin is authenticated and graded at the highest levels, collectors compete aggressively because opportunities like this are rare, and once a coin enters a private collection, it may never return to the market again. The emotional side of this coin is just as powerful. There are stories of ordinary people finding rare Liberty coins in inherited collections, old boxes from grandparents, and forgotten coin jars. Some sold their coins and paid off houses, some funded businesses, and some simply kept the coin as a symbol of luck and history. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a passion, a treasure hunt, and sometimes a miracle. If you are holding a 1989 S Liberty coin, do not rush, do not clean it, do not polish it, and do not sell it without proper knowledge. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Always handle coins carefully by the edges, store them safely, and consult experts, because one small mistake can cost you thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Patience, knowledge, and respect for history are the keys to success in the coin world. The market for Liberty coins continues to grow as fewer high-quality examples remain available. New collectors enter the market every year, and demand keeps rising while supply keeps shrinking. This is basic economics, and it is why prices keep climbing. Serious collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, rarity, and pride of ownership. This channel, Coins, is dedicated to revealing these hidden stories, exposing rare treasures, and educating you so you never miss an opportunity. Again, every coin has a story, but some stories are worth more than gold, and the 1989 S Liberty coin is one of those stories that refuses to be ignored. So next time you see an old coin, do not underestimate it. Look closely, study it, and remember that history sometimes hides in the smallest places. A single coin can hold freedom, mystery, and unimaginable value. Stay curious, stay patient, and stay connected with coins, because the next rare discovery could be yours.